Yo, what's up, guys? This is part 2 of the Nintendo 64 video game tier list. I'm going to be finishing it up. I already did part 1. If you haven't watched that video, go back and watch that. Um, Basically, just rating, from legendary to awful the Nintendo 64 games that I played. There's a large portion of them I haven't played, and I think that's the same for a lot of people. But if there's any of these games that I haven't played and you'd highly recommend that I go back and play, uh, yeah, just tell me in the comments, and I would actually probably want to stream that live either on Twitch or YouTube or whatever's best for like the person who recommends it at the moment. Because I'm not dedicated to any service particularly, but I'm open to new ideas. Anyways, let's get into it and let's finish off these. What is this? Some sort of football game? Acclaim Sports. I didn't play these ones, guys. Didn't play this one. I played only a few football games and they were mediocre. You know how Madden is. It's Madden, dude. If you played one, you played them all. NHL. I did play one NHL game and it was kind of fun. I think I already have it up here though. I just put it as a meh, but it was kind of fun. I think you could actually fight in the game, like you beat each other up. So pretty cool, pretty fun. So Nightmare Creatures, man. I don't know if any of you guys played this game. This game was actually really fun. I remember you just went in and you started slaying monsters and stuff. Creatures, nightmarish creatures, obviously. I don't remember too much about the game, surprisingly, which is kind of weird. Because I do remember having fun with it. I just don't remember it a lot. I think I played it on the PlayStation, not the Nintendo 64. But I want to say it was a good game. And again, you're like, how do you rate these games as good if you don't really remember a lot about them? With a lot of these memories, I don't remember the specific memory, but I remember the feelings that went along with the game. Does that make sense? Like, I remember the feelings associated with the memory more than the memory itself, which is kind of a strange way to remember things, but it is what it is. So let's go back here. And we're going to, I don't know, this is some sort of helicopter strike game. I don't think, I did play one, but I can't remember anything about it, so. Off-Road Challenge, didn't play that one. Ogre Battle 64, didn't play. Hockey, didn't play. Paper Mario, I only played Paper Mario just a tiny, tiny little bit. And it was pretty good, from what I remember. To be fair, guys, I played it so little that I can't even judge it. So I'm going to put as never played. Paperboy 64, or maybe it was just called Paperboy. Paperboy was fun. And it was really fun when you got the cheat codes in. And you, like, could jump up super high and, like, do crazy stuff. These old games had, like, cheat codes that you could put in. And sometimes it'd just make the game a lot better and more fun. You guys remember that? I remember going into the store and, like, grabbing a magazine and looking for the cheat codes in the magazine. I think there was magazines dedicated specifically to cheat codes, and I don't remember what the name of the magazines were, but I remember being a kid and like going into the store with the pen and paper and writing them down because they were, I think the magazines might have been $10 back then. I don't remember, $5 to $15, too much to buy every week or every month or whatever. But I would go and the codes I wanted, just write them all down on paper. It was awesome. Penny Racers, never played. Perfect Dark. So Perfect Dark was like the expansion pack to James Bond in a way to me. Like, it was like 007, but there was just more to it. There was more weapons and more characters. It wasn't exactly the same game, but it was very, very similar. And I would give Perfect Dark a very good rating. Like, I would put it in the legendary tier. Not quite as memorable for a lot of people as these games, but it was a great game. Really good game. GA European Tour. Pilot Wings 64. So this is the original Dark Souls right here, guys. This game, Pilot Wings 64, was super It was a really hard game, but it was really fun, man. I don't remember which one was my favorite. I think I liked the jetpack a lot. The cannonball one was cool. I can't really say what my favorite one was. I think hang gliding was my least favorite, but it was a fun game. It was a really good fun game. You could do like skydiving. You could be shot out of a cannonball. You could be fly around with a jetpack. There was also one with like springs. I think it was like you could spring around and jump around. And the whole goal of the game was like just random objectives. And there was actually boss fights though too. If you got like further into the game, there was this one rock guy, and you would like encounter him over and over, and he would get harder each time. And you'd fly around in like I think a helicopter, and you like shoot missiles at him. It was really fun. So I would say this was a great game. Great game. Very memorable. Um, Pokemon Puzzle League. Didn't play it. Pokemon Snap. So this game was super memorable for me. I actually 100%ed the game. I got to Mew at the end of it, and I actually got the snapshots of Mew. It was really fun, man. It was a great game. There was a lot of hidden treasures in the game, a lot of hidden different stuff that you could find and discover you'd feed an apple to this creature, and then like it would evolve into this creature, or you'd like throw a rock at this one and it would like do something, and it would turn like there was like a domino effect where you could like get different Pokemon, pictures of different Pokemon. And oddly enough, taking pictures of Pokemon was actually kind of fun because of the way they set up this game. It was really creative and actually a really good game. And I think Pokemon Snap is a top tier game, legendary in my opinion. So up here, I don't know where, but in the legendary tier. Pokemon Stadium. So I played both, and they were both equally as good. They were both equally good. I think Pokemon Stadium was also, I mean, I was so wrapped up in Pokemon back then when I was like 7 through maybe 10 years old. I just loved Pokemon, and I was like super involved into it, and it took the world by storm. Everybody knows that. So, Pokemon Stadium was a great game. It was really fun. I liked the multiplayer mini games. I think that's really what made Pokemon Stadium such a good game. Like the Pokemon battles was okay, but the multiplayer mini games were awesome. It was like Mario Party, but Pokemon. So, these two games are, in my opinion, legendary. Legendary. For sure. Great, super fun game. Didn't play whatever that is. Motocross, I think. Power Rangers Rescue. I did play a Power Rangers game, but I don't think I played it for the N64. I think it was a Super NES game, and it was like actually really good. But I don't think I played this one. Dude, Quake. Quake was awesome. Quake was super fun, like the original Quake. And you know what? It was just a shootout. It was kind of like Doom, but multiplayer, and you could like shoot each other. I remember like getting the electricity gun and like shooting it underwater and being able to kill people and you kill yourself with the electric gun underwater, which I thought was like super interesting for some reason. But being a kid is a kid. This game, I don't know if it's quite legendary for me, but I think it was a great game. I think it was good. Quake 2, I don't think I played that one. Quest 64. So this was like a really unique, original game. I don't know if you guys all played Quest 64, but Quest 64 was fun, man. It was like a 3D it was turn-based, but you could like position yourself, I think. Was it like real-time turn-based? I don't remember, but you're like this little kid and you're going around to these different towns. I don't even remember what your mission was. I just remember like fighting these creatures and stuff, and it was pretty fun. I don't know if it was a legendary. For some people, it probably was. But this was a good game. Like, for the... I don't think the N64 had a lot of good RPGs. I think the PlayStation was probably better for that. But Quest 64, man, was like... It was unique and it was solid. It was a great game. I liked it. This one? I don't know. Daily challenge. Rampage. So, I didn't actually play it for the N64. I played it on the PlayStation, but it was the same game. Rampage was really good, man. The original Rampage was like so much fun, like destroying the buildings and like eating people. I don't know why eating people was fun, dude, but you could be like, you know, these giant monsters and you're just like going around and you're like fighting other giant monsters and like you're the military and stuff and you're eating people and you're like, it was so fun, man. Rampage was, I think it's legendary game. Rampage 2 I think was the same thing. I don't remember playing Rampage 2, but I think it was like the same game. Attack, or wait, Rat Attack, I don't know. Rayman 2, The Great Escape, is actually the Rayman I think I played the most. And it was fun, man. It was like actually, maybe I played Rayman 1 more. I don't remember. But Rayman was pretty cool. It was hard. It was a pretty hard platformer as a kid. Would I rate it in the legendary? I think for some people, definitely. For me, I think it was a great game. I don't think it's legendary. It was kind of a weird game. Like your character's like hands were like not connected to his body. Rayman was like separated. His body was like separated. His feet were separated from his body. Never played. So Ready to Rumble, I actually didn't play any of the N64 ones. I played Ready to Rumble 3 or 2 on the Dreamcast. It was like the one, yeah, I went into Blockbuster and I remember playing it on the Dreamcast inside a Blockbuster. And it was like kind of fun. But I can't really rate it here. Not a legendary game. It was just whatever. I'm gonna put never played because I didn't play it for the 64. Resident Evil 2. I played it on the PlayStation, I think, but it's the same game, so I can rate it here. I think for me, I love the Resident Evil series, but I think the original was really the legendary game, the one where you went into the mansion, which will probably, I don't know if it's on this list, but the original one for PlayStation, man. If it's on this list, I'll cover it. But Resident Evil 2 was basically a similar formula. Very similar. And it was a great game to me. But the original was really the legendary one. Yeah, scary, spooky game. You know, you walk around. The camera angles are all messed up, you know, and you're just like running out of ammo and these monsters are like unkillable. It's fun. Ridge Racer, don't know. Road Rash, didn't play. Botron. Rocket, Rugrats. Watched the show, didn't play the games. Rush, didn't play. Cars. Scooby-Doo, didn't play. Watch the show. Don't even know what this is. Hayden Gate 64? Don't know. I don't know. Snowboard Kids 2. I have a vague memory about this, but it's not enough to make any, like, I'm going to put never play. I think I did play it. I just don't remember it. South Park, the whatever shack. I think I did play this, and it was kind of, like, funny as a kid. I'd put it as a meh. It was like a funny game. Funny South Park game. Whatever. South Park Rally. I don't know. South Park something else. Space Invaders. I played the original. I think everyone's kind of played the original, but yeah, I didn't play the 64. So I played the original Spider-Man on the PlayStation, not the 64, but I could still rate it because it's the same game. The original Spider-Man was pretty good. It was a good game. Being able to, it was swing the webs around and like kill bad guys and stuff and like punch them around. It was good. It was fun. Star Fox 64. So this is like a big name for the original Nintendo 64. Everyone remembers Star Fox. It was like you were in a spaceship and you would automatically cruise through the level and you would like make different decisions. So the gameplay itself was actually pretty good. I thought like you charge up lasers and you get different I think you get different like missiles, right, and stuff. It's kind of hard for me to remember everything. But I think what really made this game good was like the hidden levels. So if you like maneuvered through the level and killed certain enemies and like went through certain paths in a very specific way, then you would get to like hidden areas or hidden planets, and that was like super cool. And at the end, you could actually get to the real Andros. And so that's what made the game interesting to me, is the fact that you could like discover these new levels. And everyone remembers Wolf, right? And his like little trio that you would have to fight. It was a great game. This is legendary game to me. Very memorable. Played many hours of Star Fox. Don't know. So we're on Star Wars Rogue Squadron. Actually, this is a game that I had a lot of fun with. I enjoyed it like quite a bit. It was like a Star Wars game. It was all about flying and doing missions in your spaceships, and the game was really cool because you get like different types of ships. Like there was like the X-wing, I think there was the Y-wing, there was like the A-bomber or something. I can't remember all the names, but these different ships had different things you could do. Obviously, it had the classic. Excuse me. It had that classic level with the I think they're called ATT walkers, the big ones with the 4 legs, and you'd wrap them up on the snow planet. The names are escaping me, but it was a really fun game, really well done. Actually, a great game, really good, really good. Not quite legendary, but really great game. Worth playing for sure. Star Wars Shadows Empire. I did play this a little bit, and I kind of did like it. It wasn't like an amazing game, but it was entertaining and fun. I think my uncle playing it first, one of my uncles, and it made me interested in it. He's a big Star Wars guy. So I'm gonna put this in a. I don't know if it's a great or if it's just a good game. I'm gonna put it in a good. It was good. I'm seeing if any. I'm gonna go back over this list and then I'm gonna rearrange some stuff and see if they belong in different tiers at the end. So stick around. Star Wars Battle of Naboo. I don't think I played this one. Star Wars 1, Episode 1 Racer. This was a good game. This was a pretty fun game. This was the pod racing, right? It was actually pretty fun. Pretty fun little racing game. Is it great? I don't think I put enough hours into it. Like I don't think I wanted to put enough in. Let me rephrase that. I don't think I wanted to play it enough to call it a great game. Like, does that make sense? So I'm gonna put it in good. Like, it wasn't worthy of being great because my desire to play it more than I did wasn't there. I think you just kind of went through the game and you kind of beat it. And it was like you upgraded your pods and stuff, which was probably the funnest part of the game. Like the RPG element of upgrading pods. StarCraft 64. I'm guessing this is the same as like the very original StarCraft. I'm guessing. I don't know, but I would consider StarCraft a PC game, and I didn't play it for the 64. So Star Shot something. Don't know. Racer. I don't know what this is. Super Bowling. Didn't play it. Okay, so we're at one of the biggest Nintendo 64, if not the biggest, arguably the biggest name for a video game on Nintendo 64 is Super Mario 64, right? This was one of the OG, I think, games that came out with the 64, and it redefined Mario gaming forever. It was kind of, it went from, I want to say it went from Super Mario World on the Super NES to this, which is completely different. Both games are great in their own, respect or whatever. But this game was super fun, man. Being able to do those double jumps and triple jumps and like the different moves you could do in such an early game like this, like for early 3D game, was amazing. The levels were fun. This game, without a doubt, not just because it's trendy or whatever, is a legendary game. It was cutting edge. I don't know. Is it better than Banjo-Kazooie? Yeah, probably. Probably better than Banjo-Kazooie. Better than Conker's Bad Fur Day. It's up here, right? It's like top 5, top 10 games of the Nintendo 64 era of all time. Super Smash Brothers. This was the first game I've ever saw that was like a mashup of fighters from different games. Maybe Capcom did it first. I don't really know. But this is the first one I played that I remember. And it was like the different cast of Nintendo characters, man. And it was so fun. It was so fun. And being able to like pit each other. Like Mario versus Link. Link versus Kirby. Kirby versus Bowser. Like you could play all these characters. That was so cool, man. And then like unlocking the new characters. I think you can unlock Captain Falcon in this one, and I can't remember who else, but awesome game, man. I mean, beyond great. I went to my neighbor's house, and I played this game for the first time at my neighbor's house, and it was so fun, man. And my main was Kirby in the original. And then I tried playing Kirby in Melee, and I just wasn't happy with him. He didn't feel the same. He wasn't OP like he felt, in the original. But this game, I mean, we are still making Super Smash Brothers games today. We're making Super Smash Brothers replica games, like games that imitate Super Smash Brothers. To this day, legendary game, man. Just way up here. Supercross 2000. I don't think I played it. Superman. Maybe it's Superman 64. I don't really remember the name. But you guys remember this game if you played it. I liked the free roam mode. So there's like a mode where you could just like kind of go in and you could fly around and you could like throw a car and like the thing I remember the most is throwing the car and recatching the car and like throwing it up in the air again and like recatching it and then like pretending to swoop down and save the people in the fictional people in the car. There was no people in the car, like even in the game. But, my imagination as a kid. And so... But was it actually a great game? No. No, Superman was not a great game. It was a mad game. But I have good memories of it. Just the free roaming mode. I tried playing the story mode or whatever, and I could only play it for like 30 minutes to an hour, and I got bored. Tarzan. I don't remember Tarzan really for this era. I don't remember Tarzan at all for this era, so I'm gonna have to put never played. All right, so we're on. I don't know what this is. Catastrophe? I don't know. By the way, if you've noticed several jump cuts with this this video, it's because I've had to record it over several different days. So if you notice that my outfit changes or like it's a weird kind of cut, that's why. Just been busy, been getting busy with a lot of stuff the last few days. But we're going to finish it today, hopefully. There's only a few more games. So what is this? I don't know. So this is one of the legendary games of all time, probably. Well, this one and its predecessor, right? So they're back to back. So we'll actually start with Ocarina of Time first, because that was the original, right? As far as these two games go. So Ocarina of Time, I remember sitting there as a kid, man, and I got my N64, and I plugged in Zelda for the first time, and my eyes just lit up, man. I don't know if you guys remember this, if you're my age. You put that game cartridge in, and you like put it on, and you like the first time he walks out to that like Corkery village or whatever, and you're looking around, you're like, dude, I'm playing this 3D character in this game. Because before that, it was all 2D, which was fine and it was fun, but it didn't feel like realistic. It was like the first time I felt like a game was like real in a way, you know? I was like, holy smokes, I could play this character and walk around. My sense of adventure was just like I could do anything. You know, you guys remember that feeling? So for some of you, it's probably a different game, but this was one of those games that did that for me. I think World of Warcraft was also one of those games. Like, whoa, the possibilities are limitless. You know, the first time you played WoW. So yeah, this game, without a doubt, man, it was so fun. It was so great. It was cutting edge, um, legendary, top 3 at least. Um, so Majora's Mask was a amazing game in its own right. I know a lot of people didn't like it because of the time loop thing, but it basically took Ocarina of Time's gameplay and it just expanded on it. It expanded on it in a good way. It was really fun. The masks were super fun. It was like you had so many different powers. I think the time thing was a little bit difficult for a lot of people, and it was for me when I first played the game. I played it a little bit later on, and it was not as bad, but it was a really, 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 really good game. Legendary, in my opinion. It did what Ocarina did, and just added on to it, in my opinion. So, really good. Tetris. I mean, it's Tetris 64. I don't know. Powerpuff Girls didn't play that game. Winnie the Pooh, Tom and Jerry, Rainbow Six. I didn't play it for the 64. I don't think I ever actually played Rainbow Six. I know what it is. It's a shooting game, right? Sonic, or I don't know what that is. Not Sonic. It's something else. So Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 and Pro Skater 1 and Pro Skater 3. I played these on the PlayStation. Excuse me, guys. I played these on the PlayStation. I did not play them for the 64, but I'll rate them for the 64. If I think they came out around the same time. This game was a ton of fun, man. I remember just playing hours and hours and hours and hours of Tony Hawk Pro Skater. It's probably in the legendary tier. I mean, it redefined skateboarding games forever. I don't even know if people play those games anymore, but it was really, really fun. Yeah, I think it's a legendary game. I love the soundtrack, man. The soundtrack was amazing. There's still, to this day, if I hear one of those songs from that game, I think of Tony Hawk Pro Skater. 2, not quite as legendary. Sorry, you guys. Like, hopefully that's not too loud when I'm clearing my throat. It was also a really good game, but I wouldn't put it in the legendary. I put it in these in the great tier. Because, oops, I put Tony Hawk number 3 in here. It would go in the great tier though. Number 3 would. It was kind of the same games, you know. They were the same games, just you could do a couple more tricks. I think I liked about number 2 is it added the manual, and you couldn't do the manual before in number 1. So it's a good game. I mean, those are good games. They're fun, right? I played hours of those too. I don't know what this is. Don't know. Bear Super Deluxe. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Gear Rally. I don't know. Gear Rally. So Toy Story. I did play a Toy Story game. I don't think it was Toy Story 2. This is Toy Story 2. I hated it. I didn't really like it that much, guys. I know some of you probably did. The original Toy Story game. I wasn't about it. Wasn't my thing. I'm gonna put this in like a meh game. Very meh. Beast Wars, Transformers. Dude, the show was great. I don't think I played the game. I might have. I don't remember it though. So. Triple Play Baseball. Okay, so this is a game. Turok. Original Turok. So Turok was really interesting. It was really good. I remember what made this game good to me though wasn't the gameplay itself, I think. Well, kind of. It was like it was the cheat codes. Funny enough, it was the cheat codes that made this game interesting because as a kid, going through Turok, my like first time when I'm like 7 years old or whatever, and people are like, "You're playing Turok at 7?" Yeah, dude, I played everything. My parents weren't like that. They didn't like there was limits, but like M-rated games wasn't, they didn't really care about that. They knew I could tell the difference between an M-rated game and like real life, right? The big head cheat codes were fun. Getting the cheat codes for the guns were really cool. Some of the guns were like super nuke guns, and I think that was really fun. And then like fighting the T-Rex on the T-Rex level, being able to fly through the level and to go through walls, like with the God mode on. It was cool. It was a fun game. Legendary. Is it legendary? I mean, they made like several sequels of this game. So it was at least great. Is it legendary? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's teetering on legendary for me. I have a lot of memories of it. I'm not sure. I'm going to put it there, though. And Turok 2, well, what is this? Turok Rage Wars. Rage Wars was just like a multiplayer game, I think, from what I remember. I think it was number 3. Turok Rage Wars was number 3, right? I can't remember. Turok Rage Wars was good, I would say. I think what made it fun was you could be a Velociraptor multiplayer and like run around and eat people. I think that was fun. Turok 2 was also like Turok 1, but probably just a little bit better. Expanded on the gameplay a little bit. I'd put it in great. No, I guess Turok 3 was its own thing. I can't remember the difference between Turok 3 and Rage Wars, guys. I don't really remember, so I'm going to put this in, like, the same tier, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Maybe good. Maybe with Rage Wars. I don't know what this is. Visited Edge? Twisted Edge. Snowboarding game. Rally something. Okay, so Vigilante 8... Oh, I kind of played Vigilante 8. I don't remember it though, guys. Not really well, sorry. You know what game I was thinking of though when I thought about this game was Twisted Metal. Those games are awesome. But this, I don't know. I'm gonna put it never played. Virtual Chess didn't play. Virtual Pool didn't play. Some golf game didn't play. So War Gods. War Gods was a fighting game, and obviously it was based on like mythological gods like Anubis and Tak and some other dudes. I can't remember all of them. It was fun fighting game though. I had fun. Was it like was it legendary game? No, but it was a good game. I played it with my dad. And I remember him learning the Anubis tactics where you could just spam the bats and he would kill me. And I would just like get so upset. But I learned how to do it. And I think I got better than him at it. And so I started killing him with the bats as Voodoo. Voodoo was the dude I played. Maybe it wasn't Anubis. I don't know. Good game. Not great, probably. Not legendary, probably. But I have a lot of nostalgia for it. I could put it in great, but I know it was just like an okay game. Wave Racer. This was a fun game. I never thought riding jet skis would be like a really fun game. It was fun, man. Like, there was also dolphins in it and stuff. I think you could like either ride a dolphin eventually, or like you could either ride a dolphin eventually, or you could like be a dolphin. I can't remember. Or like you could race a dolphin. Something about a dolphin. But it was a fun game. It was. I liked doing the little, like... They had some sort of mode where it was like a freestyle mode. That was fun. I'd say good game. Good game. Yeah. I don't know what this is. Hockey 98. All right, so there's a little bit of a jump cut here. I basically went over the wrestling games and a couple of other games I never played. I was just the audio. I accidentally muted my audio and I forgot to turn it back on. The wrestling games were okay. I put WCW and meh, and all the other wrestling games were pretty much the same, in my opinion. So it was fun to do like suplexes and all these little moves, and it was kind of fun talking about wrestling as a kid, like Sting versus Goldberg and all that stuff, and it was cool. But it's a meh game, right? It's nothing special, nothing legendary, probably not even great or good. Wipeout. Wipeout was kind of like a cool concept with the futuristic racing pods, but I don't like. There was nothing about Wipeout that I thought like really made it stand out as an exceptional game. It was a meh game. Was it a good game? Maybe, but to me, meh, probably. World Cup 98. World Driver. Worms Armageddon. So I didn't really play Worms Armageddon for the 64, but I played it for the PC. And it was a really good game. And I can imagine it's about the same on the 64. So I'd put this at a great game. For some people, this would probably be a legendary game. It was really fun. Man, I don't know what it was. Something about blowing each other up with the different weapons and stuff and creating craters or holes like with your rockets and stuff. It was cool, man. It was a cool little game. Xena Warrior Princess, I think. I didn't play it. Yoshi's Story. Yoshi's Story. So I do remember this game being good. I'm trying to remember if it's the same game where you had... Maybe that one was called Baby Mario, where you're like Yoshi and you're like rescuing Baby Mario. That one was good too. I think I remember Yoshi's Story, and I remember it being kind of fun. I didn't play it a lot, though. I didn't play it enough. My friend had it, and I played it at his house a few times, and it seemed like a pretty good game. It might have been up here, but I didn't have the opportunity to really explore Yoshi's Story that much. So, which is funny that this song comes on, because this is like a Yoshi song to me. But anyways, that was pretty much it. So let's go up here. We'll just real quick go over all of these, see if there's anything I would flop around. I'll take a quick look, quick glance. Maybe I'll zoom in for you guys. There you go. So you guys can see where I put everything. I don't know. Gauntlet could be possibly legendary. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Yeah. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this tier list, if there's anything you would swap around or change or whatever. But yeah, fun. This is a good tier list. This is a fun tier list because a lot of nostalgia. I think I'm going to do Super Nintendo too, and regular Nintendo. Regular Nintendo, I'm not going to have a lot of opinions because there's only a few games I remember, but Super Nintendo, I'll have a pretty good grasp on a lot of the popular games. All right, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, do that whole like and subscribe. I would like to see more comments. I know a lot of my friends are watching this, just to get some discussions maybe in the videos. Yeah. All right, guys. See you later.